Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age the Veilguard. We're here in the lighthouse, and we got quite a few conversations to have. We have one with Bellara, one with Lucanus, one with Nev, everybody basically. Everybody but Emmerich, I guess. We need to talk to Emmerich more, or take him with us some more. I've heard a lot of good things about his character, and the little bit he was with me, he grew on me quite quickly, so... But first, let's go ahead and talk to Bellara.
Oh, hi, Brooke. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
Actually, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you're several lines ahead of me here. Let's start with me saying, hi, Bellara.
Right. Okay. It's just, you know, the elf thing. We're fighting our gods. Our gods. It feels a little surreal, and I know surreal.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you and Davrin have it rough. At least we're only fighting your gods because they're evil? Maybe not the most helpful point to make.
No, it actually helps a little. But still, those are our gods out there, rampaging around. Maybe people don't trust us. Maybe they shouldn't.
Could be. It's not just elves. The gods are to blame. It's not an elf thing.
Every culture in Thedas has skeletons in its closet. Orlais, Fereld, and most of Tevinter's skeletons aren't even trying to hide. But that isn't who the elves have been for centuries.
Notice I didn't mention the dwarves.
That feels too easy. Like we're not taking responsibility. And I don't know, I feel guilty anytime I think about it, really.
So who's that helping?
Who's what helping?
Feeling guilty.
Well, no one, I guess, but then what should I do?
Keep being you. Don't take the easy lies. Keep fighting the gods. Do nothing. Don't take the easy lies.
It'd be easy to pretend that stories about the benevolent elven gods were true, but we know they weren't.
So what do I do? To make up for them, I mean.
Be honest. About who you were, but also about who you are now. The past doesn't define you.
Is it that easy, though? Just being honest?
Honesty's hard work, but it's the right kind of work. It's important work.
Right. I get it. It's hard. All of it's hard. But I feel better. A little bit, anyways. Thanks for talking to me and listening to me.
You're welcome.
Hey, anytime. It's what I'm here for.
Right. It's a good thing to be here for. See you later, Rook.
See you, Bellara. Alright. I guess we'll do these after the storm quests. I don't see why not.
Lucanus? Are you in here brooding?
I'm fine.
Are you?
That's not a no.
I had her. She should have never gotten away from me. This was our contract, Rook. I don't fail my contracts.
Glad you made it back. You'll get her next time. Everyone makes mistakes. It was a mess. You'll get her next time.
Just think how much more satisfying it'll be when you do take her down.
We cannot count on a second shot. I thought I still had this. Whatever else I am, I'm a professional. After the ossuary, I thought at least I could still take out a target. I need to work.
Maybe you need a break. Stay focused. You're up against gods. Maybe you need a break.
You might need sleep more than work at this point.
You might be right.
It's not over. Just take care of yourself for now, okay?
I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight.
Whatever you need to do.
Have you been to talk to the others? Davrin, especially. I think everyone might have things to deal with now. I should check in with the crows. Whatever the word is, I'll let you know. There's nothing like work to focus the mind.
I told you to take a break, man. God, he didn't. That was a short break. Alright. Yeah, we'll talk to Davern next and then Nev. Hey buddy, I know the Grey Wardens took a beating there.
Davrin? Davrin, about Weishaupt.
You okay?
Just wanted to make sure you're okay after...
I wouldn't say that, no. That's Renaud. Malmont. Anya. We used to argue. Who would be the one to take an archdemon down? Who'd die so that others could live? Not sure any of us believed it'd actually happen.
When the moment came, you did the Wardens proud.
Did I? Because I'm still here. They're not.
Got that survivor's guilt. They were heroes.
There's no getting them back. But at least they died heroes.
And I should have joined them. A Grey Warden kills an archdemon, they're supposed to die.
Well,
Who knows what happened? Maybe the gods changed things and the old rules don't apply. Why is being alive a problem?
Because I didn't expect to be here. Grey Wardens have an expiration. It pushed me.
There's more fight to go.
And if we manage to pull that off?
You'll do what you do best. Hunt monsters.
Plenty of people can do that. I'm talking purpose. I feel like a blade sharpened all these years to confront the worst darkness in the world. And my blade struck true at Weishaupt. What now?
Well, you'll raise a son to create a world where the light outshines the darkness.
Yeah? Well, let me tell you. That will require a lot more gingerwort truffles.
welcome back. It's a living, no more death wish. Welcome back.
That's more like it. Good to have you back.
Somebody has to feed his feathery butt.
You live to serve, my friend.
Guess we're stuck with each other, boy. No getting rid of me now. Someday I might actually know what that means.
While you sort that out, maybe you and Lucanus can try to bury the hatchet.
Yeah,
He had a rough time of it too.
I know. That was an incredible shot he took at Gillenane.
Then tell him that. 'Cause fighting each other won't help us defeat the gods.
But we've got help. The Wardens, Shadow Dragons, Crows, Veil Jumpers, we're all in this together.
We are. But they've all got their own problems. If we want their help, we have to help them first.
Is that a plan I hear forming?
I think it could be. Thanks, Davrin.
And the plan's not really forming. I mean, that is the plan. Me and Veilguard kind of ironed that out. Alright. Next, I hardened to Nev. Gotta whip her into shape.
Nev, that coffee in the kitchen, you made it?
Keen eye.
Did you boil it? If so, why?
I'm not picky. I got a cup and it does the job. That's all I ask.
I don't know where to go with this.
Oh, man. The coffee seems questionable. Maybe it's Teventer style? You upset Lucanus. Maybe it's Teventer style.
Maybe that's how it's done him in Rathus.
Oh no. Give Lucanus credit. It's terrible.
You need a stronger word for terrible.
So what's the coffee for?
What isn't it for? The Venatori used the dragon attack for a power grab. Now they treat Darktown like their personal playground. I've heard more cries for help than I can count. And now the Threads have reached out.
The Minrathus crime syndicate.
Smuggling, extortion, protection rackets. The Threads do it all. They stay out of slavery and they hate Venatori, enough to keep picking fights. My contact in the threads, Alec, wants to talk. He doesn't reach out for nothing.
I'm ready to help.
If you need backup, I'm happy to help.
I don't expect you to show up for Docktown, Rook.
But I will.
That's low.
If you need more coffee, I'll make it.
Well now, is that sweet or trying to save me from myself?
Let's call it both.
I mean, I don't have... I mean, listen, if something's happening in my home, I'm going to take care of that first. But, you know, at the moment, Treviso's fine. Kind of. Give Davern time to track down information. Okay, I can do that. Harding doesn't want to talk. We do have a quest inside. And also Tosh wants to talk. Let's see what this quest is here. Letter with a Grey Warden seal. It's from Evka. Rook. We're holding against the Blight here as much as we can. Having more wardens has helped, but we're still recovering. I've been trying to check in on the local physician when I can. They're a good person trying to deal with a lot of change, and it hasn't stopped them from helping. They don't like being a bother, but if you see them on your way through, maybe see how they are? Evka. The cabin in the Blight. And I love these murals. I love them so much. Tosh, what's going on?
Hey, am I interrupting?
Done in a sec. Morning ritual. The Darsam.
Those are the ropes people who follow the Cuneware.
We bind ourselves to remember who we are. Tie down the stuff that's too dangerous to leave loose. My mother made me do it every morning before breakfast. I had big fingers. Used to take me forever. Avatash. Shocker Toebra. Only a beast is confounded by knots. A girl masters herself and the Darsa.
Seems like you did. Sounds just like her. What do you need? Seems like you did.
Looks like you got them under control eventually.
Yeah.
Rook, Tosh, glad I caught you both. The Grey Wardens found a cave that one of the blighted dragons uses as its lair.
Where?
In the Husberg wetlands. There's no sign of the dragon itself, though.
I should check it out. We need to know how different the blighted dragons really are. They might turn into something like Gillenane's archdemon did. If there's a clue, I have to be ready.
I like her braid. Her braid's really cool. Alright. Or is it? Yeah. Alright, so we just talked to Solus now? That's it? Yeah. I'm gonna go say hi to Varric real quick. Always gotta check in on Daddy Varric. Make sure he's okay. He's getting everything he needs.
It's not a surprise that you're feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Everyone else is. But I promise you, Rook, what you're doing right now, this is the battle you need to fight.
Thanks, Varric. He always says exactly what we need to hear, doesn't he? Alright. Now talk to Daddy Solus. The bad daddy.
The fall of Weishaupt reverberated across the Fade, as did the fall of an archdemon.
But unless I am mistaken, both Elganan and Gillenane yet stand.
Yeah.
We took down Gillenane's archdemon, but we weren't able to kill her.
And how are you doing?
I'm worried about the team. I'm fine. Let's move on. I'm furious. I'm shaken. I'm hurting. Worried about the team.
Right now, I'm more concerned with how the team is doing.
I expect their morale is shaken after what happened.
I know they can do this. They're arguing. They're scared. They're arguing.
They've spent a lot of time yelling at each other. Or me.
Not the worst outcome, all things considered. Properly focused, that anger can forge your team into a weapon keen enough to cut through any obstacle. You cannot stand against Elganan and Gillenane with logic. Those motivated by greed or self-interest will change alliances, but those who serve you with passion and loyalty will follow wherever you lead, even to their deaths if necessary.
I can't give that order. It won't come to that. I understand.
I knew I might have to make a call like that when Varric put me in charge.
A good leader never makes such a decision lightly. But when the time comes, it is better to be prepared. And perhaps it will not come to that. The stronger your team, the more chances you will have to avoid such a decision.
I'll keep that in mind. Do you have any suggestions on our next move against the gods?
If you oppose Elganan and Gillenane's minions, you will get your opportunity.
You think one of the Antam or Venatori commanders will help us find the gods?
Possibly. But more importantly, you will aggravate them. You rendered Gillenane mortal at Weishaupt. It is an embarrassment, an insult, neither she nor Elganan can ignore. If you continue to disrupt their plans, you will not need to track them down. They will come to you.
Solus is mortal, right? He just doesn't age? Or is he immortal? If he is immortal, what's tying his immortality to him? Because he said he doesn't enslave dragons. Understood.
I'll be ready.
One final warning. You have survived a confrontation with Gillenane, which few still live to claim. But her power pales in comparison to Elganan's. If he takes the field himself, remember, in a fight such as ours, escaping to fight another day is a victory.
That's actually comforting, considering we technically failed against Gillenane, but we all survived. Granted, we lost probably hundreds of wardens, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so now we're just giving Davern time. Take a look at our quests here. So after the storm, the cobbled swan case. Return to Docktown. Tosh, the little dragon hatches. Oh, that name sounds like a spoiler. Cabin in the Blight. Okay, looks like we should go back to Hosberg. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Any, you got some points to spend, Balara. Okay, this is the auto fire one already, so which one of these would we use? I kind of already forgotten what we do. I find it really difficult to remember what I do and what I don't do. Apply weakness and detonate overwhelmed, which is something you don't do at all, right? Detonates sundered and applies weakness. No, so you don't do anything. You're useless to me. So I guess we should do these instead, because those give me buffs. And probably just go ahead and throw that in one of these. There we go. Davern, you also have points to spend. Alright, that's on auto fire. We've already got that set up. So we got that going, and that's it for you guys. For me, go ahead and get rid of all these things. Man, we got a lot of chests. And weapons. Yeah, we need to spend just like some time going through all the shops and everything. We've got 10,000 gold now, so. Why is it saying this? It's annoying. Like, what? That's frustrating. Then our library, we probably have a lot of codex entries to read, don't we? From Davern's journal, Life After Weishaupt. I'm starting to see a glimmer of life after Weishaupt. Talking with Rook helped. I've been thinking of Asan as an assignment, something I need to protect until he finishes his training. But we're in this together now, and it's time to lick our wounds and move on. I'm all he's got, and in some ways, he's all I've got. Whatever the Grey Wardens were in the past changed after Weishaupt. Now we have a chance to create something better. I'd like a world where Asan and his siblings can make a difference, where griffins can flourish again. I imagine all the Wardens who died would have wanted it that way. Maybe, if Weishaupt represents an ending, the griffins are the new beginning. The worst has happened. Weishaupt is gone. I can't even write another word. Damn, that's a sombering diary entry right there. And even lemon time. Lucanus, I feel we got off on a bad start. Okay, I didn't trust you. I know you don't hold it against me, but we're in this together. I can tell you don't always feel like you belong, and I shouldn't have made you feel more welcome. Or I should have made you feel more welcome. I was thinking of a plant. Might be nice, but your room has no light. I should find something that doesn't like light. Or there's room in my garden if there's something you want to plant. The ossuary didn't have much greenery, and I'm happy to share. Harding. Written on reverse. The apology is unnecessary, but there is no need to trouble yourself. My room is fine, and your garden is your own. However, if you'd like a suggestion, there is an Antivan lemon thyme that would be nice to have fresh. What? There's more? Nope. Okay. Then Lords of Fortune. Darsam. These are the lessons Tamasarans taught me when I was a child. The Darsam binds us to the Kun. Do not be careless. The ropes should only hang loose enough to match the curve of a Tama's smile. Do not seek trouble. The ropes should not cause pain or restrict your movements. Do not act in anger. The knots should not be too tight for you to undo by yourself. Finish your work. The knots should not come undone as you run and climb. Listen and learn. With training, you can tie one limb with each slow breath. Take the time that is needed. You will look silly if the Darsams tangle in your horns. Whether you tie the Darsam well or poorly today, you will tie them again tomorrow. A yellow note in Shatan's handwriting. Nice. Okay. I've already got this selected, right? Yeah. Alright. I don't think there's any reason for us to go through the crossroads. So we can just travel right there. Because we probably don't want to do either of the other quests until we're level 40-ish. In the crossroads, that is. We're gonna wanna have you with us, so we'll take you and no. You and you. I'm pretty sure this is our dream team too, right? Like our powerhouse. Travel to the tracked quest. The Anderfels. Yeah, we should have all the Grey Wardens here now too, right? So it should be a pretty busy place now. An improved Blight. Notes recovered from Weishaupt, translated from Elven by Balara, sent to Warden Antoine. The Blight was active during our slumber. It can alter living creatures, but its shapes are crude, wasteful. Elganon has requested vessels or vassals worthy of a god. Thickening the Darkspawn's bones and quickening their ichor was trivial. Other alterations are underway. Pools of blight are easily coaxed to produce Darkspawn repeatedly. Some of their properties change without prompting. Their flesh is surprisingly malleable, vital, eager. It used to require greater effort to shape the blight. Did we accumulate more of it in ourselves as we slept? Investigate later. Notes from Bellara. Is this Gillenane? Does she not know what she looks like, or did she graft on extra bits before getting blighted? I don't know which was worst. Which is worse? Man, I've had a couple of beers in between episodes. The reading's actually being a little bit more challenging than usual, and that's saying something for me. Hey guys.
Are you alright? How are you two holding up? After Weishaupt, People are injured, grieving. As are we.
We haven't given up. There's just a lot to deal with.
With the Weishaupt library gone, you two have our most complete notes on the Blight.
There are other stores of Warden knowledge, but we'll keep what we have safe.
You should do the same with that monster manual. You still owe us a copy.
Letters in the aftermath. Antoine and Evka. I said the last letter would be the last, but I've got more questions. When someone is blighted, does it advance slowly or all at once? What if the person won't stop working or getting into trouble? Won't that make it advance quicker? Is the progression all internal, or is it going to be obvious? How long, if you had to guess? Is there a point when your secret warden ritual will no longer help? Nev has mentioned a thing or two about your wetlands, so I know you've got your own problems. I'll take whatever answers you have time to send. Tarkin. I wish we could give you an easy answer. With the blight changed so much, we cannot promise things will go as we suggest, but our response will be as honest as we know. How quickly the blight advances depends on the person and how severely they are blighted, but it's typically steady. It's more consistent when the person's general wounds are healed. Getting further blighted would likely complicate the matter, but nothing else should that we know of. There's little more you can watch for than what you've written us about already. We cannot give you a timeline, but it isn't years. I'm sorry. As for the warden ritual, there isn't a time when it's too late, but if the person doesn't survive it, then that is instant. We won't conscript the Viper, but if he wishes, we'll be here. Sincerely, Antoine and Evka. I hope he does it. For Matt Mercer's sake. Research notes on the Blight. A series of research notes with the first in Antoine's hand. Sample 1, spreading across the glass more than expected. Sample 2, pulsing pattern different at first, now matches others. Sample 3, pulsing pattern now different than the others. Inconsistent behavior, but why? In Evka's hands. Inconsistent or creating a harmony, one that makes sense to the Blight? Antoine's hand. Yes, or a discordance to the same effect. But with each other? Or with the gods? Or is it with something else? What would happen if we move them closer together? Or farther apart? Or somewhere else? I wonder if I could hear it better. Or if there's an alchemical process that might disrupt it. Antoine, this is your reminder to take a break. Love, Evka. Yep, breaks are important. 52% codex. Look at us go. Alright. I wonder if you have...
Alright. I think we can make this work.
You guys.
I took work orders from all the wardens.
Already?
Yeah, and some of the villagers too. You're going to be busy.
Gee, thanks.
Hey, Mila. How are the wetlands?
Blighted?
Right.
The wardens have a lot to do.
That they do.
Look, good to see you.
Alright, I can rank you up now. Go and do that. Upgrade rank 2. We'll sell you all my valuables, because I love the wardens. And that gets us to rank 3. That was quick. Okay, what do you got? That we want. So... upgrade the Griffin's Talon. Deals 250 damage to all nearby enemies if this attack breaks its target's armor. Okay. Or Blight Killer. Vulnerability to fire damage is increased by 25%. No, none of those super interest me. Crafter's Trappings. Enemies remain weakened. Right. 20% weakened effectiveness. I think that's probably a good thing to have, huh? How much is it? 330. That's not too expensive. Gonna buy that. Yep. And then in here, Warden's Signet. A whole bunch of fire damage. Okay. We got a whole bunch of mementos to buy. We're gonna buy all of them. In peace, vigilance, a statue of a Grey Warden warrior, lighter than expected, and the helmet lifts to reveal a hollow interior, as if something was once concealed inside. What is this? Permanently boosts resistances. I'll buy that too. Mysterious Andraste, a statue of Andraste. Numbers carved at the bottom of her cloak seem to reference a verse from the Chant of Light, but don't match any known recordings. There's so many mysteries in this game. It's crazy. A sketchbook page, artist unknown, featuring wings from various creatures that are drawn in great detail. A note at the bottom reads, "It must fly." How else did it vanish? Good. And then appearances. Okay, cool.
Good.
Davern. Got your new armor, buddy. There you go. Looking sharp.
To go. You need anything else, I'll be here.
Thanks, Holden. I'll see you around.
I'm so glad you two survived. Okay. Take a look at the map here. Any, yeah, we got one side quest there. Tasha's quest starts there. Okay. Let's go pick up this side quest, and we've got this to check on the physician. Let's get out there. Is that the physician right out there in the center? Were there shops here? I think there were, weren't there? Hello.
Hey, I'm Flynn, apprentice physician.
Hi, Flynn.
Everything all right?
I've been busy with patients, but I'm short on medical supplies. My mentor, Oscar, he should have some. He has a cabin outside the village. If you're out there, tell him you saw Flynn, and they could use his help.
Okay. Where is this at? Over here? Okay, he's dead. I'm just kidding. He could be alive. Although I've been out there. I did not see any cabins that were usable.
So Flynn must be local.
Which means they were here when the Blight surged through.
Hmm.
Rook, I'm Greta. Good to have
Hi,
you here.
Greta.
You look a bit worried.
We're not sure where some of our wardens are. Beckett and a few others. We're supposed to check in. We need to look out for each other more than ever. It's just... I know they took Weishaupt hard, and I hope they're okay.
I'll check in on them. Lives spared. You're a new merchant.
Warden Alona, medic for the Order, or those of us here at least. I've got a lot of patience, but I'll help as I can.
Thank you. I'm gonna buy out all your valuables, if you don't mind. Don't worry, I'll probably sell them right back to you. Legendary material. Wait. Oh, rare in most areas of Thedas, this herb has been harvested to near extinction to fuel Tevinter Magisterium over the ages. I think that might be like a crafting reagent. Patient notes. Wound still infected but improving. Applied fresh dressing and ink smears across the pages. He woke while I wrote the above note and grabbed my wrist with a sense of urgency. He seemed to recognize that we haven't met, but was confused about whether I was a warden or if I'd been at Weishaupt. He was distressed by the idea that I might have been injured and wanted to make sure I'd made it out all right, asking the question repeatedly. After reassuring him, the patient calmed and seemed to understand what was happening. However, he tensed again and said, "The gods, they're calling it, and I don't want to hear it yet. I don't want to hear it yet. Please, not yet." That's not good. Yeah. Wardens are a bit of a liability in all this, but also a bit necessary. It's a struggle. Alright, let's get out there. Huh? Oh, there's more back there? Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. Go ahead and take some of that.
Good hit.
Good hit indeed. Alright, that takes care of you guys.
That's
Hey, Davrin. We gotta talk about Solus's magic memory thing.
what? Why?
Why didn't you tell me you were a spirit?
Because I'm not.
I thought we were friends.
I'm not a spirit, Tosh.
Is that because people might think you're a demon? Because I'm from Ravane. We're okay with spirits.
But apparently not with listening. I am not a spirit.
Hey, you don't have to be ashamed of who you are.
Never said I was. But thank you, Tosh.
I don't know what to say about you guys. About Tosh in particular there. Alright, wait for dawn. Exploring a dragon's cave yields some new information for Tosh. Let's do it. What's going on?
Tosh, what are you doing?
She's not in her lair. I was ready. I could have fought her.
Tosh.
Doesn't matter. I can still look for clues. See if she'll turn into a monster like Kil'jaenain's archdemon did. I have to figure this out. I'm a dragon slayer.
What is going on? You're hurting. Stop and think. Yes, but not alone.
You are. But you don't have to do this alone.
I don't need help.
But we need you. All right? We cannot beat the gods without a dragon slayer.
Wait. Look at that.
Ropes.
Canary ropes. The Antam. They're the ones who've been blighting the dragons for the gods. Those fucking ropes. They tie her down with these ropes so they can blight her. They turn her into something blighted and ugly and wrong. Some she was never supposed to be. Chakra Toebra. I've got to be ready to fight her. I'm a dragon slayer.
Tosh.
I'm a crappy Kunari. I'm not really Ravani. I'm no good as a daughter. I'm not even... I can't even be a woman right. I have to be a dragon slayer.
Sorry, Tosh. And you are. We're doing this here? Fine. You are.
You're a good dragon slayer, Tosh. You're also a good warrior, a good lord of fortune, and a good member of this team. We need you if we're going to stop the gods, and you need to believe in yourself. So tell me, what's really going on?
My mother put these ropes on me. She tied me up. Why did she do that? Is it because I didn't fit as a woman? Is it why I don't fit as a woman?
Tosh.
The Shadow Dragons say there are people who use they instead of he or she. They're not men or women. And I like how it feels when I imagine myself that way. But... I'm not supposed to breathe fire. Am I not supposed to feel like this? What does she want me to be?
Forget what she wants. She's using the coon to help. I wish I got more information about what I was going to say about these two. Like, I feel like this topic in particular isn't something that should be relegated to two choices that are briefly summarized. I'm gonna hope that I say the right thing when I say this. Because her mom didn't seem like she was... I don't know. I mean, we didn't talk to her much. Was she being judgmental when we talked to her about Tasha's preferences? I don't know. It's tough. Oh, urge Tasha to embrace Ravani culture. Urge Tasha to embrace the Kunari culture. I don't know. What does she want? Or what do they want? So the problem is I don't have enough information about the Kun to make this judgment. Like, I don't. Like, I've read a lot about the lore of the Kun in past games, but that was like 5 years ago or more in some cases. Since the last time I played Dragon Age and read the lore. They're pretty strict on their, you know, roles. I think this is really the first game that's really touched on gender roles much. Usually it's like class roles and like labor roles. I guess we could probably assume they're pretty strict on gender roles too, though. And like we know that typically women aren't warriors in their culture. I don't really like saying forget what she wants though. Like, I mean, where's the option where we help her convince her mom to see that she's happy living this way? Or they're happy. I gotta get used to that too. Damn it. I've been calling her she this whole game. I always feel bad with pronouns too. Like I have one of my best friends is non-binary, and you know, it like I want to respect what they want, but sometimes it's just really difficult for me to remember. Forget what she wants.
What do you want to be? Your mother brought you to Ravane for a better life.
I know.
So live it. Be who you are. Don't tie yourself down for someone else's fear.
I want to be... No. I am Ravani. And I'm not the daughter my mother wanted. That Tosh, she was never really me.
Who is the real Tosh?
She is... They are... not a woman. Or a man. The Shadow Dragons had some fancy terms, but using they and knowing that, it feels good.
Sounds like a good start.
Thanks. Come on, let's get out of here.
Sounds good.
Good. I mean, we didn't find anything out about the dragon, which, you know, is a problem. But hey, I guess the whole goal of this chapter, is to get all of our companions in the right place in their mind, right? Okay, we want to go for this because this is an autocast. Is this one that we use too? Applies overwhelmed. Is that... That's her main thing that we need from her, right? That's actually fantastic that it's autocast. We might actually go ahead and take some of those away. Let's actually take all of these away. We're gonna go straight into this. Dangerous armor 50% or barrier. I think armor is usually a bigger problem for me. Over that cooldown duration. Duration 50%. Effectiveness, yeah, that's what we want. Oh, she had more points. And for these, we will actually go with the taunt here. Just in case we need to use it. in a dire emergency. Okay, with that done, we're gonna go over here and do this quest, medical supplies. All right. Kill you. Kill you. Shoot you. Shoot you. Shoot you. Hit you. Tavern. Oh, I messed that up. I should have used the other, That's fine. Ooh. I destroyed his kneecaps there. Did you see that? And good stuff. Oh, more of you. What? Man, this bow is doing insane damage to their weak points. I see. Oh, I know this cabin. Right, this is the one that was sealed.
Hey, Tavern. We gonna talk about Weishaupt?
Not by choice.
What the crap was that archdemon? You all said it was a dragon.
I don't know.
I joined up to fight dragons, not whatever that was. Had too many heads.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what the gods are doing. All I know is that Gillenane is still alive. And a lot of wardens aren't.
Oh. We'll kick her ass next time.
Thanks, Tosh.
You know, I've been thinking. I've heard a lot of complaints about the wokeness of this game, and from the 30-some hours, 40 hours we've played of this game so far, all of that is probably revolving around Tosh's character. But Dragon Age has always kind of been on, like, you know, I don't know about cutting edge, but like on that I don't know how to say it, but like in Dragon Age Origins, you know, you had gay romances and stuff, which, you know, for 2008 or whatever, was it 2008 that came out? Somewhere around there. That was relatively new. I mean, I know BioWare kind of has been doing it, but that was newish. I mean, I was maybe too young to really know how drastic that was, but looking back, that was probably a pretty big deal. Dragon Age 2, you pretty much you can romance everything you could see in the game, which is pretty crazy, you know. And then Dragon Age Inquisition also had a lot of that stuff too. So like, I don't know. I'm okay with it, and I like Tasha La. I think she's cool. They are cool. Damn it. I'm terrible with that, but I do try.
It must be the physicians. Flynn's mentor. Right.
It's on the inside too. We can still search it.
Die. There you go. Alright, it's coming around this side.
Look for medical supplies.
Medical supplies. Blue buttons. Dried petals from a flower found throughout the Anderfells, among the first to fade when Blights emerges. These blue buttons smell of warm honey and rainy spring mornings, things the Blight forgets. The Blight needs to remember things better.
There was a life here.
Yeah. Damn.
Wow, that's great insight there. Want to try strawberries? Below griddle cake recipe. Oh god.
There's only death where the blight goes.
What's it doing to her head? A sketch of a plant and a map with a few areas circled. The margin note reads, Brana's bloom. Few places left. Blight's moving fast. Time to leave and return? A risk, but anything from Marta. Must slow infection. Hold on, love.
A notebook. Describes a local plant. Brona's bloom. None here. But Oscar left to find more. for his wife. If he left before the cabin was blighted, we might still find him out there.
Yeah, but his wife's gone. Okay. Luckily we've cleared all this out, so it shouldn't be too dangerous. Up we go. Ah, here we go.
Bronus Bloom. This was in the physician's book. It's been picked over.
Physician got here before us. Let's keep looking.
Yeah, it's probably the first place he went, huh? Considering how close it was to home. Get those cactuses out of here. Just notice there's a path right there.
Bronus Bloom. Picked over like the last one.
Ugh, that doesn't help. We need the physician.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looks like the other one's way on the other side. And how we're gonna get through that path there. We're doing on time, okay. Still got time to finish this quest up.
Tosh, I want to get this right. They told me you use they now?
That's quick.
Who's they?
You. Or do you mean them? The ones who told me?
Oh, wait, I get it. Ugh, the stuff is such a pain.
Hey, if I messed it up...
No, you're fine. It's just... You know the first couple days in a new suit of armor? It's good. It's better than the old stuff. But you're still clunking around trying to figure out how to walk again?
Or take a piss in the woods?
At least that hasn't changed.
Alright. So we gotta go up to that? Yeah, looks like it. Where are the darkspawn? I mean, I know I was pretty thorough in my cleansing of this place, but damn. They really aren't coming back. Oh, nope, there's one right up there. Spoke too soon.
Darkspawn. Let's finish this. There's a body.
Couldn't escape the darkspawn.
It's rough, my man.
His bag. Bronus Bloom. This was the physician, Oscar.
We can get the supplies to Flynn. It can still help the village.
Well, at least we didn't have to give him the bad news that his wife's dead, huh? Small victories, guys. Small victories. Search for the missing Grey Warden. That's all in the village, isn't it? Okay, let's go back. Going back home.
Think this place was nice before the blight? Bet it was.
Evka and Antoine will fight to restore as much as they can. With blight this bad, hard to say how that goes. But the fight's not done yet.
It's probably still dark and gloomy, even with the blight. Hello.
I once felled a tree and there was a spirit inside. It nearly stopped my heart to see it. I made a headboard from that tree. The couple who bought it said they had strange dreams.
Do I want to buy that? I kind of want to buy that. The neck breaker. I feel like we're going to be fighting Anton quite a bit soon. I'll buy it.
I learned the trade from my parents.
Supplies stashed at Blight Grove. Meet there. We've been to Blight Grove before, I think. Hey, Flynn.
Flynn, we have Bronus Bloom.
That will really help. Thank you. Oscar, the physician, was he, or his wife, Marta?
Dead, both of them.
I'm sorry. They're gone. You were from here, right? You were Oscar's apprentice.
I knew him and Marta my whole life. I was at the end of my training. I'll make sure it's put to good use. With these plants, I can help the village, the wardens, whoever needs it.
I had some medical training.
I had to study anatomy and alchemy with the crows, though I wasn't looking to stop bleeding.
Oh, right. I'll stick with my own notes then. The wardens have a medic. Between the two of us, we'll get by. I want to help. I almost lost the chance.
What do you mean?
When the blight surged through, I nearly died. Evka and Antoine found me, but I was blighted. Past healing. They let me take the warden joining ritual. It saved my life, and gave me warden abilities.
Does that mean you're a Grey Warden?
It should mean I have no choice. The joining ingredients are rare. If that first warden had found me... Evka and Antoine said I'm welcome, but they're happy to see me continue as I am.
That is a gross breaking of the rules by them. I'm gonna have to talk with them. What was the joining like?
The joining ritual gives wardens their abilities. What was it like? What's it like now?
I shouldn't go into the details. It wasn't fun, but I'm here. Even if I'm different now.
I'm glad that they're still keeping it a secret. I love that. Yeah, I guess if you haven't played Dragon Age Origins yet, if this is your first Dragon Age game, you're still not... You might have guessed it by now, but I don't think they've told you explicitly what the joining entails, right? Which is kind of cool. What Antoine and Evka did. I don't even know if they talked much about it in the previous two games. I guess in Dragon Age 2 you probably learn about it because, you know, you have a sibling that becomes a Grey Warden, but... Or potentially becomes a Grey Warden. What Antoine and Evka did.
So, Antoine and Evka are giving you a choice.
It's against the Order's rules. Or it was. I don't know if they broke the rules or maybe something will change. What they did? But Evka said to stop thanking them.
I'm glad you're alright.
I know there's a lot that goes with it, but I'm glad Evka and Antoine found you.
Me too. It's just a lot to get used to. You know, I can sense the blight in my warden patients. I can't reverse it, but I think it helps my treatments. I won't be killing Darkspawn, but I'll fight the blight my way. I'm still Lavendale's physician. Whatever else has changed, that hasn't.
I respect what you're doing.
I think what you're doing here, helping the injured, it's great.
Thanks, Rook. Just try not to need my help personally. Between us, the medicines I mix taste awful.
Yeah, no promises.
So I got this green juice. It's great. It's like a sensu bean. Though Blight took Flynn's mentor, the team recovered medical supplies for Lavendale. Flynn revealed the Blight nearly killed him as well, but Evka and Antoine found Flynn and let them take the Warden's joining ritual, saving their life. Flynn knows firsthand what the Blight can do and plans to use their new Blight sensing abilities to better help with their patients. Reinforced binding. Yep, no, it's not beating our legendary belt. Damn, level 35. That was a lot of XP. Hell yeah. Okay. So, any more trap stuff we can get? Otherwise, we'll have to start looking into what the next one is, huh? Or like the next focus we'll want to go into is. Not seeing any. Not seeing any. Okay, I don't see any more. So it looks like we got all the tool ones. Okay, so I want to focus on this one, so we want to go straight to duration. Which I think is actually what we had just started doing, wasn't it? Yeah, now I think about it. Hitting an enemy with a duration ability increases any effect or any existing affliction. Looking at these real quick. Got duration here. Duration abilities are critical versus enemies suffering from bleeding. I don't know if I have much bleeding anymore. Grants you resistance when you activate duration. Okay. We'll go with this one for now. Spent at least 52 points in Rook's skill tree. Stacking the deck achievement. Hell yeah. Fantastic. Tosh. Okay, this is your neckbreaker axe. I'll make sure to use that when we go to Antom country.
I'd appreciate it.
Alright. This is our current quest now. But looking at the time, it's probably a good time to end the episode. So next episode, we'll search for these missing Grey Wardens and see what else we got going on here. We might move on to the next zone if this is a short quest. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.